Hey guys, if this is your first time to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Emily and today I am bringing you a review on Clionadh Cosmetics. I am very excited to bring you guys this review. If you are already not aware, I did already review one of their products on my channel and I absolutely loved it, so this intrigued me to go out and buy a bunch of stuff from their line. I wanted to try everything that they had to offer. They have eyeshadows, eyeshadow palettes, highlighters, and blushes, and I have gotten a chance to try out all of the categories that they have. So a little background information on Clionadh Cosmetics before we review the products. They are a Toronto-based company, so they come out of Canada. They are both vegan and cruelty-free. All of their products are handmade and all of their products are made with latex-free gloves, so if you have latex allergies, you do not have to worry about that with Clionadh. The first time that I had heard about Clionadh Cosmetics was actually from the Dupe That Girls here on YouTube. I watched them review one of their palettes and I thought the colors were really pretty, so I was intrigued by the brand. Then soon after, I heard Angelica Nyquist talk about them here on YouTube, and I knew I had to check the brand out. The first item that I actually purchased from Clionadh Cosmetics is the Florals Blush Trio, which is from their Valentine's Day collection. The outside packaging looks like this. And this is what the inside of the palette looks like. It's just 3 blush colors, and I do already have a review on this on my channel, so I will go ahead and link it in the cards, but spoiler alert, I loved everything about this palette. I use this on my cheeks and on my eyes, and I absolutely adore it and still use it almost every single day. And the Florals Blush Trio retails for $37 Canadian, and that translates to $28 USD. So it's not super expensive. You get a decent amount of shades in here for only $28 USD. And everything is in Canadian dollars on the website, so to get these prices, I just put them into Google, into a converter to translate them into US dollars. The next couple of items that I have purchased from Clionadh are the White Chocolate Strawberries and Cream palette and the Chocolate and Strawberries palette. These are both from the Valentine's Day collection. As you can see, everything in the Valentine's Day collection was really cutely themed. It was very bright and pink and red and very Valentine's aesthetically themed. The shades in these palettes have all been named after different types of sweet foods that kind of relate to Valentine's Day. For example, we have truffle, pink sugar in the middle, and then strawberry mousse on the end over here. And this is the Chocolates and Strawberries palette. This palette is a little bit deeper in tone. The shade is Raspberry Fudge, the middle shade is Prosecco, and then the very last shade on the end is Red Velvet. Now, I don't know about you guys, but those names to me are so stinking cute. I love that one of them is called Red Velvet and the actual shade looks like red velvet. I love that they are named after sweet things. Now, to go over the eyeshadow formula with you guys, I find that the mattes are super pigmented and very smooth to the touch. You will see in the swatches, but they look so smooth when you swatch them on the skin. Now, I was a little bit hesitant and worried when I was first trying these out on my eyes. I was worried that they were going to be pigmented but not really blendable, but I was really surprised and they are very blendable for how pigmented they are. I was looking online originally before I had ever tried some of their matte eyeshadows. I saw the swatches and thought this has to be too good to be true because they swatch so buttery and silky and pigmented. They just look really smooth on the skin when you see a swatch of their matte eyeshadow formula. So I figured that's probably retouched. That's probably not how they're going to look in real life, and if they are like that, they're probably not going to be able to blend. To my surprise, they are actually very blendable, at least the ones that I have tried. So I'm pretty impressed. And some of the mattes that I have in my collection from Clionadh are actually deeper in tone, so I was even more so skeptical because I'm sure you guys are aware, but purples and deeper colors that are mattes can be really hard to get either smooth or to get to be really blendable, and this formula seems to have both. Now, as far as the shimmers go, in the palettes that I own from Clionadh, they are actually really buildable on the eyes. They don't necessarily swatch out in full pigment like the mattes do. To me, they swatch out a little bit more sheer, but when you actually build them up on the eyes and foil your brush down, they are very smooth looking on the eyes. They don't really grab at any creasing that you might have in your eyes. They don't grab at any dry patches that you might have. And I always seem to have a little bit of both going on. And these seem to just kind of glide over any creases or dry patches that you have on your eyes. So they look very smooth and they look very metallic. Now, if you're gonna do one coat of the shimmer on your eyes, it might look a little bit more sheer, a little bit more subdued, but you can definitely build on it to make a nice fully pigmented metallic eyeshadow. So I really do appreciate the formula because I don't want things clinging at dry patches that I have on my eyes, and I don't want things to make my eyes look crepey, and this seems to really kind of diminish the effect of any crepiness that I have going on. And both of the 3-pan eyeshadow palettes that I currently own are $21 on the Clionadh website, making that $16.30 USD. So these are pretty affordable. Makes them about $5 per shadow. So I think that these are a nice deal and they're really high quality for the price. I do also have these 2 single shadows from the Clionadh line. I have Prophecy, which is actually from one of their lines that they have on the website called the Witchcraft and Alchemy line. This line has a lot of duochromes in the collection, and I picked up the more pinky rose gold shade because I am a sucker for rose gold and pinky shades, and this one is absolutely stunning. It's a really strong duochrome shadow. You can definitely see the pink, but you can also definitely see that kind of gold flip. And I can appreciate that in a duochrome shadow because sometimes things will say they're duochrome and look duochrome in the swatches, but it's not as apparent on the eyes. I find that this is really apparent when you actually build it up. You can really see that gold to pink flip. The more reddish coppery tone over here that I have is from the Valentine's Day collection. This is in the shade Amour, and this is actually a trichrome, so it's said to be an orangey reddish base that has a gold to pink to orange shift to it. The shade Amour has a pretty strong duochrome as well. I do just find that you have to build these up a little bit, just like I said with the shades in the Valentine's palettes. You just have to apply a couple layers and really foil your brush down, and you will get a very metallic, very smooth looking eyeshadow on your lids. And all of their single shadows retail for $6.50 Canadian, which makes it $5 USD. I have in fact saved the very best for last. My absolute favorite product from Clionadh that I have tried thus far are the highlighters. I am absolutely obsessed with the highlight formula that they have created. I'm currently wearing one of the highlighters on my cheeks right now, and to me, this is one of the smoothest looking highlights that I have ever used in my entire life. That is not being over dramatic. I swear to goodness, I will see a beautiful highlight in stores at Sephora or Ulta or wherever I am, and it will look absolutely stunning in the pan. And once I buy it and get it home and get it onto the cheekbones, it will grab onto my dryness that I have on my cheeks. If I have any texture, even the best of highlights that I have in my collection will still emphasize the texture just a little bit. Even the best highlighters in my collection, my Lancome Sparkling Peach highlighter, my Estee Lauder Heat Wave, those are 2 of my favorites in my collection, and they will still emphasize my texture just a little bit. But I have found the best highlighter, in my opinion, to be on the market. And that's not an over-dramatization because I really, truly do love these highlighters. These are the Clionadh highlighters, and these are some of the best ones I have ever tried, if not the best ones I have ever tried. I am literally so in love with the formula. For my cheekbones today, I am wearing Poppin' Rocks, which is from the Valentine's Day collection. As you can see, it looks very smooth on the cheeks, at least in my opinion. You can't see a whole lot of texture. To me, these just glide right over the skin. They almost give me like a kind of gel vibe, if you will. The way they just glide over the skin, it reminds me of like a really smooth gel. This is a duochrome highlighter, so when you look at me from straight forward, it might look like I have a little bit of a pink cast on my cheekbones, and then when I turn my head to the side, you see that really strong gold reflection. And I'm a-okay with having the pink cast because I really truly like the look of the pink duochrome highlighter. I think it's really cute, I think it's really unique, and I don't really have a whole lot of things like this in my collection. Actually, I don't really think I had anything like this in my collection until I picked up these guys. So these are very unique to the market in my opinion. They have a whole bunch of duochrome highlighters in their line, and they have a couple others that I have in my collection as well. The second duochrome highlighter that I have from Clionadh is also from the Valentine's Day collection. They released 3 different shades in the Valentine's collection. I picked up 2 of them. This is Sweet Tart, and this is a peachy duochrome highlighter that has a bluish violet shift to it. So it starts out when you're looking straight forward as a peach highlighter, and then once you start to turn your head, you really notice that blue shift. This is the most recent one to my collection. I've had this for a couple of days now, and I've been testing it out, and it is absolutely stunning. It still glides onto the cheekbones and to me blurs any imperfections that I have going on top of my cheeks, just like the Poppin' Rocks highlighter. And all of the highlighters from the Valentine's Day collection had little imprints on the actual powder itself. This shade right here, which is Poppin' Rocks, had a little piece of candy on it, but obviously it's gone because I have been using this almost every single day. And the shade Sweet Tart still kind of has the little lollipop embossing that it had on it when I first got it, but obviously with use that goes away. These also do have a scent, and to me, they smell like sprinkles, like cupcakes with sprinkles on them, which who doesn't love that? But if you are sensitive to scents or you don't want scents in your product, you can opt out. There is an option to choose a non-scented pan. So that's always a nice option to have because some people cannot handle the scents. It bothers some people's skin. So it's definitely nice that they offer the option to opt out of the scent. The last item that I have to talk about today from Clionadh is the Pucker Highlighter. This is from their summer collection from last year. And as you can see, it looks like a little lemon. Now, they have all sorts of shades in this collection that are still available, even though it was from last summer. They prolonged it out still, and it's still available on their website. And all of their little pans have a little shape of the actual fruit itself that it is named after. For example, this one is pucker, so it has a little lemon in it. There is a lime one, a watermelon one, I believe there's an orange one. They have all sorts of cute little fruit themed highlighters on their website. And this specific pan smells like a really sweet lemon scent. Not like Lysol lemon, not like artificial lemon, it just smells like a lemon cupcake. It just smells so freaking good. I would love all of my products to smell like this lemon scent, but I believe that all of the different fruit themed highlighters actually smell like the fruit that they are themed after, which I think is a really, really cute touch. This highlighter seems to have almost the same exact formula as the two highlighters from the Valentine's Day collection, but this is not a duochrome. This highlighter is like a really light icy gold shade. In my most recent Pay or Stay Away, I was talking about how my highlighter that I was already wearing in that video looked very similar to the Kat Von D Gold School highlighter, and I was wearing Pucker by Clionadh. So to me, this one looks almost identical to the new Kat Von D highlighter, but this one smells like lemon and is a little bit cheaper. These retail for $14 Canadian, making them about $10.90 USD, so they're pretty inexpensive. They're a little bit smaller than a typical highlight pan, but you still get a decent pan size, and the pans are pretty deep themselves, so I feel like you're getting a good amount of product for the price. And like I said about 1,000 times in this video, this is my favorite highlighter formula currently, and I can't really see a highlighter topping this type of formula. All three of the highlighters that I own are consistent with gliding onto the skin. It seems like they almost kind of blur the imperfections that you have underneath the highlighter on your cheekbones. They look extremely smooth, extremely metallic, and none of these have glitter in them. So I am beyond impressed with the highlighters from Clionadh, and these are mainly the reason why I even wanted to make this video. I wanted to show you guys the highlighters and how amazing they are, and every time I wear one of these highlighters, someone always asks in the comment section what highlighter I am wearing, and whenever I get asked what highlighter I am wearing, I would assume that that means that the person likes it and that it's a pretty good indicator that the highlight is pretty good. So now I am just going to get right into some swatches of all of the products that I currently own from Clionadh. I am going to be doing a brush swatch as well as a finger swatch on unprimed skin. Now, the one problem that I kind of had with Clionadh was the shipping. The shipping is $15, so it's kind of expensive. It is coming from Canada, and keep in mind they are an indie brand. And with indie brands, the shipping is typically more expensive because they are doing everything themselves. I believe that Clionadh is just run by the two sisters, so this is just a two-woman job. Especially coming to the US where you're going through customs and all that jazz, it can get a little bit expensive, especially on their part. I did mention the shipping cost in my previous review that I did of the Florals blush trio, and one of the sisters reached out to me just to let me know that it is the lowest they can get the shipping cost to the US, and I completely understand that because it is expensive to ship to other countries. Even if the US is very close to Canada, it doesn't really matter when it comes to the people who actually charge for customs and whatnot. They don't really care that Canada might be really close. So $15 is the lowest that the company can get the shipping to the US. Now for me personally, I really do think the shipping is worth it for these products. Most of the products are at a reasonable price. The eyeshadows are about $5, the highlighters are $10, the blushes and the singles themselves are about $12, so everything is pretty low price to begin with. As far as customer service goes, I have talked to the sisters that own the brand a couple times, and they seem like absolutely amazingly sweet people. But even before I had talked to them, my boyfriend actually contacted the company because he was the one who ordered me the Florals blush trio, and they were actually kind of behind on orders around that time. They had a note on their website saying that it would take a little bit longer to get the products out to the consumer. So after a couple weeks of ordering the product, my boyfriend actually contacted their customer service email, and they got back to him within about 30 minutes or so. So I really appreciated them being very on top of things, getting back to us really fast, and they actually had the item shipped out, I believe it was 2 days or so after we had emailed them, and I got the product a couple days after that. So I was very impressed that they were able to get back to us so fast, and was very thorough with letting us know with everything that was going on their end. So if you cannot tell already, I am beyond impressed with this brand. I have been just blown away by all of the products that I have tried, especially those highlighters, and I definitely plan on purchasing a lot more from the brand. I am very, very happy that I found a brand that makes really good products that are at a pretty decent price point, and I am more than happy to recommend them to you guys, especially because people have actually been asking me, what do you have in your cheeks? And I really just wanted to let you guys know how awesome I really think this brand is. I do hope that you consider subscribing if you have not already. I have all sorts of makeup goodness happening here on this channel, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye!